A lot of your normal bike maintenance includes a great deal of cleaning, anywhere from wiping off the frame to cleaning your brakes. You also should make adjustments to some of your components from time to time, even prior or after maintenance. I will mention some of these things in my video, but today we're going to focus on routine maintenance. If you own an e-bike or not, this is good practice to keep any bike alive for a long time. Doing this many times a year ensures that you won't have to worry about rust, grime, or replacing broken parts as often. So here are a few items that I use when performing maintenance to clean my bike, to service my bike, and to make sure my bike is running properly at all times. Get yourself some good cleaner. They do make specific ones for e-bikes, but this is what I use. It's car cleaner. You'll need degreaser for your chain, especially if it's grimy. This will help get all the grime off. Get some alcohol. This will help clean your brakes. I use this stuff religiously to make sure they're clean and they don't squeak. This is a toolkit that comes with your bike. Really, that's all you need, but you can buy some of the extra stuff that I did as well. These Allen keys are great. If you're going to be messing with bikes, you'll want a good set of Allen keys and a good portable, small toolkit to bring with you. They usually come with your bike, but if not, you can get them pretty cheap, but this is a good one. And then crescent wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, things like that, you're always going to need when you perform maintenance. And then you'll want to get yourself a good cleaning kit because you are going to clean your bike several times. And don't forget about chain lube. I ran out. The first step to e-bike maintenance is cleaning your bike. Whether you're cruising on the streets or flying down the dirt road, your bike is going to get dirty much like our cars. Take your time to go thoroughly through the bike and clean all components, tires, brakes, the drivetrain, and clean and maintain your bike like it's your child. Next, you'll want to tackle your chain. Depending on mileage, I would handle this differently. If you are early on in your maintenance and have low miles like I do, or maintain your bike often, you may not see as much grime as others. Since this is my 500-mile maintenance, my chain is not too bad. A gentle cleaning with some degreaser and reapplying chain lube, that's all I'm going to need for this. But if you're further along in your journey of e-biking, then I would suggest a couple things. First, get one of those chain cleaners. If your chain has a lot of dirt and grime on it, this will help. If your gear set has a similar look, then I would remove the rear wheel, lay it flat on the ground, and use a hard bristle brush to clean that. Since my bike is fairly new, I didn't go that far. Lube your chain. This is something you should do on a regular basis, not just during maintenance. This ensures that the drivetrain will remain operational and keep your ability to smoothly pedal. Go down each link, apply a small drop of lube on each section, and continue to do this until you have applied lube to the entire chain. After this, I would add some to your gear set and chain ring, and then you should be good to go. The next step is especially important for electric bikes that have spokes. Due to the torque an electric motor produces, your spokes will start to become loose. Sometimes you can tell when they are loose by a sound that they make. If you hear a clicking sound when you're pedaling down the road or trail, chances are it's probably your spokes. And to tell if they are loose, you'll be able to twist the nut on the end of the spoke, and if it twists, then you need to tighten those spokes. Using your spoke wrench, go through each spoke with each wheel, marking the first spoke with a piece of tape so you know where you left off. Continue on until you finish all spokes, and then you should be good for a while, and I would keep checking this every time you perform maintenance on your bike. It's time to adjust your brakes. This is rather simple as long as you know what you're doing. Always start at the top by screwing in the nut seen in the video so that it's all the way screwed in towards the lever. Then head to the caliper, making slight adjustments to the cable clamp bolt shown here. Once you have them set correctly, you should be able to squeeze the lever so that it's between 1 and 2 inches away from the handlebar grip. If your brakes are rubbing on the rotor, you'll loosen 2 screws that hold the caliper in place. Squeeze the brake lever to align the rotor and caliper, then tighten the caliper so that everything lines up. And finally, you'll want to repeat the same process on the rear brakes, making sure they're aligned, making sure the lever is adjusted, and making sure the brake pads are not rubbing. And after all of that is done, you'll want to go over your brake rotors with some isopropyl alcohol and clean your rotors. This ensures no dust or oils get on your brake pads and helps stop any noises or squeaking from happening. Try not to touch your rotors at all, but if you do, rub them with some alcohol to clean off any debris. The final thing to do regarding bike maintenance would be to check tires for wear and making sure that they have the correct amount of air pressure in them. I tend to leave mine a little low for better traction, but this also affects your mileage. I've been using the battery powered air pump in this video the last few months and I highly recommend it. I will leave a link to this and all of the other items in the video down in the description for you to browse and/or purchase. Since we are working with e-bikes here, we need to take a moment to talk about battery maintenance. If you're storing your battery for winter, charge it to 100% and leave it in a warm place. Do not store your batteries in the bike outside in the cold, such as your garage or shed. Take the battery out, bring it inside. They say you should store your battery around 80 to 90%, but I like to charge mine fully. If you have a voltage meter or gauge on your bike, you should see a reading around 54.6 when the battery is fully charged. While riding, you should see voltage regulate. This is called voltage sag. Depending on the quality of batteries in your bike will depend on how much voltage sag there is. Some are better than others. If you are wanting to check battery levels while you're out and about, stop your bike completely, let it sit for a few minutes, and then you can check to see what percentage your battery is at. This will allow your battery to adjust and give you an accurate reading. You can't rely on the battery meter as they are not always 100% accurate. Never let your battery deplete below 43 volts. You can damage the cells by letting it drain all the way down and then charging it back up. Most batteries have a device that will stop the battery from depleting completely to ensure that you do not damage the cells, but they don't always work and they can fail. Charge your battery before you leave for every trip. If you have spares, make sure those are topped off as well. If you are riding on a hot day, check your battery consistently to ensure that it is not bulging out anywhere. This can happen due to heat, and if this happens, stop riding, call a friend to pick you up, or walk back to your car. This is extremely dangerous. If this happens, do not charge or use the battery again. Take it to a recycling center and purchase a replacement. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, go down to the comments section below and I'll be there to help you. I am going to put all this information in my blog, so go visit that at blog.randyrides.com. I have a bunch of videos and a bunch of information in there from various things, and I'm continuing to update that every day. And if you liked this video and found it helpful, it really helps out the channel if you go down there and hit that like button. If you like this video and want to see more like this, hit that subscribe button down below. And thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.